Hey guys, it's Brianna. So I am on my channel on my laptop and we're going to be answering questions today. Questions hopefully not only from my last video but other questions that I've had in the past from people just asking me in public. So we're going to get right into it. I did just wash my hair and do my hair, so I'm waiting on it to dry. So I thought I would film this video while we wait. So first off, Tiana Smith, I hope I'm saying your name right. Tiana Smith commented and said, congrats, thank you. I start my first semester Wednesday and I'm nervous and excited. My question is, what have you found to be the most effective way to study? So it's funny because this is the hardest thing for me, is trying to figure out what is the best way for me to study. So there's a test, it's called VARC. You can search it online, but it kind of tells you like your learning styles, and you might already know whether you're visual, auditory, kinesthetic, or reading. That's what it is. So those are the different initials, and you can take that quiz and it'll give you like your most prominent one, and then it'll give you a secondary one, I think, as well. So definitely if you find that you're like a visual learner, like I'm visual and auditory is what I've pretty much noted. I also am, like, if I see things I can pretty much do them back, and then sometimes if I need a little bit more understanding, then I have to do it. So kinetic is like my third tertiary. But yeah, figure out what kind of learner you are. So I would do that before first semester, Tiana, and then I would just make sure that like if you're preparing, then once you figure that out, like watch videos. If you're visual, you would want to like listen to things if you're auditory. Or if you're reading, then you can just buy your books, start looking over some of the notes or whatever, some of the books. If you can find people that have gone through what you've gone through or what you're gonna go through already, like maybe some second semester people can help you out, people that just went through your first semester at your school, and get some notes from them or get some tips from them. But since every school is different and since everybody is different, it's hard to say specific like study methods. So for me, for my last test, what I did was I focused on the book. Like I would read the review book because it was final, so I would read the review book or like the tips, and then I would do practice questions. Practice questions is something that really helps me out, and I know it's a lot of other people, it helps them out as well. So I would suggest practice questions, and then like I said, notes and like lecture. If you have a person that has gone through first semester already, you can get some lectures sent to you. That would be awesome. But just do anything you can just to get your hands on it, just to start kind of being exposed to the material. Okay. So then I have a question from Ambrosia Voss. I hope I'm saying your name right now too. I'm sorry if I screwed up. If I butcher some names, just know that I am sorry. Oh, I wanted to say another thing for Tiana. Mnemonics have been something that has really kind of helped me out. You can search mnemonics for certain things, or you can go to Picmonic. And I really love Picmonic, and it's just little ways to help you kind of remember certain things. So I remember something way back from A&P that my teacher said one time that was Al like sodium. So aldosterone holds on to sodium, but it releases potassium, and it secretes potassium. And that's just something that I've always remembered. Like whenever I see aldosterone on the test, if I don't know anything else about aldosterone, at least I remember that Al like sodium. And I don't remember why. I don't know why I remember that, but that's just something funny that I always remember. So look over disease processes, drug processes, because if you have pharmacology, Look over some of those, like you can search popular drugs and look over drugs that are popular diseases that you might just need to get your, like, some exposure to. And then, like I said, just ask older people in your program to see if they have anything that they can pass down to you. So, Deja Robinson said that she has some anxiety, said that she would like to know how to do well and tips for students who have failed a class before and how to decrease anxiety. So yes. She says she thanks me for transparency, and that's what I try and be about on this channel. Like I'm not an expert on anything, so I just try and give you guys my straight experience, and I try and be really transparent because I know that real life is not all easy, and sometimes that's what we like to portray online, but it gives you guys a better view of things if I really am transparent and real with you guys. So that's what I try and do. But anyway, so Deja, it really is hard to go back into nursing school after failing. As you guys, some of you guys know, I did fail my first semester of nursing school. I failed assessment, which is a really hard class at my school. At least for me it was. So I had to retake it, and then this semester if I had failed any classes, which is also why my anxiety was so high in that video, because if I had failed again, then that would have been me being out of the program as well. Like for good. Like there's no second chances, there's no third chances. So yes, what I would say is you really just have to find what works for you as far as studying, and then build your confidence. So for me it was hard because I wasn't doing well on my tests, so there was no confidence being built. It was actually going backwards. I was losing confidence. And that's the only thing I can really say, is that like your confidence really has to be built up from the beginning. Like you really have to like figure it out from the jump. That way, whenever you do get those good test scores, those good grades, then you can be like, oh, okay, I'm getting this. I really do understand. And you won't second guess yourself on tests. You won't second guess yourselves like when you're in the clinical setting. Because it is hard after you failed. You think that you're not understanding things. And I would just say pray. That's kind of been my saving grace, is just knowing that God really does have grace for my situation, and when I'm weak, He is strong. So like, and just knowing that He has promised me, it's something that He's promised me, that I'm going to be a nurse, that that's the field that He wants me to go into. So it's like, I know it's going to happen, so I can't really doubt my abilities, or else I'm not going to get there, right? So just little things like that. And then like I said, the biggest thing would be having those little wins, like using those quizzes, your assignments, clinical grades, even test grades. Just do well on them, and then it can build your confidence throughout the semester. And that would be the best thing I can say, because anxiety really is hard. And just pray for God to release that anxiety from you, because I know it can get really serious and really detrimental. And then, like I've said in other videos, really just relax. The biggest thing for me one of the bigger things for me this semester was I was so anxious that I was doing too much. Like I was getting information from so many different places and trying to push it all into my brain all the freaking time, and not giving myself any time to rest and just relax and have something outside of nursing school. So that would be one of the bigger things as well, is just give yourself time to relax, because if you don't, then you're going to be so stressed out and your anxiety is only going to increase. It's not going to go down by studying too much. So yes, study, but don't study too much. Give yourself time to relax and all that other stuff that I said. Hey guys, so this is actually a whole nother day, a whole nother week, almost a whole nother month. My camera died last time, and then I went home for vacation for a little while, and now I'm back, and I'm just now getting around to it. I hope you guys understand that I just needed some time away from social media and just to be with my family and on my vacation. So now that we're back, I'm just going to go through a few of some frequently asked questions that I get asked in real life and kind of answer them for you guys. So, hardest class in nursing school first semester for me was assessment. Pharmacology was also a very close second. Basic or fundamentals of nursing was our other first semester class, and that one was pretty easy for me. How did clinicals go? So basic rundown of clinicals would be you get there with your 10 people or your group, whatever that group looks like, and you kind of sign in, and most of the time on the hospital floor you go and do vitals, kind of meet your patient, that kind of thing, give vitals to your tech, and then kind of do their basic like self-care, like hygiene for the day. So if they want to get their teeth brushed, a bath, face washed, sheets changed, any of that kind of stuff, then you would do that. Then you would do meds if you're assigned to meds that day, or if you just decide you want to do meds, you can do them at that time. And then you're pretty much just hanging out with them, seeing what they need until you go and do vitals again around 11. And then we get off our clinical shift around 12 p.m., so around midday. Clinicals get graded pass-fail for us. So basically if you're there and you did the requirements that you need to do, the checkoffs that you needed to do, then you pass. That's basically how it goes. How is grading in nursing school different from other majors? So you have to have a 75 test average at our school, aside from any other work or clinicals or anything. You have to have a 75 test average to pass, and then everything else will be added on to get you a higher grade. And if you don't get a 75, say you get a 74 or 73, that's an F. Like, it's not a D, it's not a C, it's an F in your transcript. What happens when you fail a class? At my school, you have to kind of like resubmit. You kind of have to write an essay and tell them why you should be still in the program. And if they decide to re-accept you, then you still have to retake that class that you failed. So you would be a semester back at that point. You don't get to stay with your cohort, and you can only fail one class, so you can't fail two. After you do that, which is what I've done, I failed health assessment. After you fail a class, you can't fail anymore. So right now, I have to pass every class moving forward. Why did I choose BSN instead of ADN or like LVN? Was because I was already planning on going to a 4-year university when I changed my major, and I have military benefits from my dad. So basically it wouldn't make sense for me to do an associate's degree, because I know that I want to get a bachelor's degree just in general. So whenever I changed to nursing, it was like, okay, now I'm getting a bachelor's degree in nursing. I know ADNs do the exact same thing. You still get an RN. The only thing that's different, in my opinion, that I've seen would be like leadership type of courses. So bachelor's degree, they give you more leadership style courses. It's more slow paced since it's 4 years. That way you get more kind of information on what you need to know. Like, it's more detailed, I would say. I have a friend that's actually associate's degree. She switched from SFA to a community college in town. We might actually team up for a video, because that's a really good friend of mine. We might team up for a video to kind of give you guys some different perspectives on associate's degree and bachelor's degree, because we were both in a bachelor's degree program and now she's in an associate's degree, so we can kind of compare and contrast the two for you guys. So if you would like that, leave a comment down below and saying you want that video, or leave a like on this video. Lowest grade is accepted into the nursing program. So we had to have a 2.75 science GPA, which was all of our sciences like chemistry, A&P, A&P2, microbiology, patho, all of that added up together had to be above a 2.75. Our overall GPA had to be above a 2.5. So they really want your science GPA to be pretty good. Mine was only a little bit over that. Like I think I had like a 2.8 or like a 2.8 something, because I did, if you guys watch my very first video about nursing school, I kind of go into how I got accepted. If you want to know more about that, I'll link that above and below as well. And then how do I stay motivated? Just knowing what I want to do, how much I love to help people, and also my job. Y'all know I work at assisted living. I love them. I literally love them. And just knowing that I'll be able to provide for myself, be financially stable, do something that I love to do, and just help others and get to their health and like wellness goals, and just being able to help people kind of motivates me. It's kind of hard to find motivation in nursing school because it does get to those points where it's really, really tough, and you don't know what you're gonna do. But for me, just looking around at my family and knowing how much I need to succeed, that pretty much motivates me enough. And then, you know, other people motivate me too, just telling me, encouraging me, telling me how good they think I'm going to do as a nurse. Even today while I was at work, I just got back from work, there was a bunch of residents' families that were telling me just a bunch of encouragement, and my boss came in and was like, we really need you to go full-time. What can we do to get you full-time? Like literally, what can we do? And just the way people see me, I don't see that in myself sometimes. So sometimes I have to look and be like, wow, what do they see in me? And like really evaluate what I'm doing. Like put myself on the other side as like watching myself do some of these things. And just not being so hard on myself, because I think I am a little bit hard on myself. But yeah, just those kind of things always keep me motivated. Seeing other people graduate, because I was supposed to graduate this year, and seeing all my friends graduate was very motivating. So yeah, and my family is always a big motivation to me, because they know that they feel that I'm going to do great things. So it's really great to have that strong family backbone as well. So sorry it took so long for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. If you want to see that video with my friend that's in an associate's degree program, leave a comment down below. Or if you have any additional questions that I didn't happen to answer in this video, you can leave those down below too, and I'll be sure to answer them. And as always, subscribe if you have not already, and like this video if you have not already. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, and not really Twitter because I don't get on Twitter. Snapchat, if you would like. I always have my links down below as well. So in the meantime, stay happy and healthy, and I will see you guys in the next video.
You glow, girl. Don't act like you don't know, girl. Yeah, you shining.